Good morning, you guys. Happy Monday. It is the first Monday of the year. I'm feeling motivated. I've been trying to not drink caffeine right away in the morning, but today seems like one of those days where I just don't give up. So the flavors that we have, Cosmic Stardust. I haven't tried this flavor. If I have, it was only like a sip for my sisters. I feel like it's giving grape. Next flavor that we have is Pink Slush. I might just do Cosmic Stardust and try it with you guys. Honestly tastes like the kids' grape medicine. I think for this week's video, I want to do just a simple reading vlog with you guys, just like slowly getting back into the YouTube world. So I have my Alani, I have my eye patches, we have our book, Winter Garden by Kristen Hanna. I love Kristen Hanna. Matcha's literally walking around the tripod. She just knows how to tell the most beautiful story, but also rip your heart out. I know that historical fiction is a little bit daunting. The way that she tells the story, it's not boring. I have read Nightingale, The Great Alone, The Women. I say there's one more. Maybe that's all the books I've read by her. You just get so attached to these characters and you're invested in their life and all the tragedy that they're experiencing. I actually started annotating the book, which rarely I do. Annotating books can be difficult for me just because I'm not sure if I'm actually going to keep the book or if I'm going to like it. So this book follows two sisters who grew up with a mom disassociated with her kids. It seems like the dad is really the one that is more nurturing and actually is a parent to them, whereas their mom is more cold towards them and they don't know why she is that way. The only way that the mom ever really interacted or communicated with her kids were through storytelling, which is super interesting. There's these fairy tales that Meredith and Nina grew up listening to from their mom, and they were holding on to those stories in hopes that they could like relate to their mom, receive love from their mom. I feel like this book is not for those that have parent issues. Honestly, I'm eating it up, so maybe it is. The prologue was from 1972, and then the actual story so far has taken place present day in the year 2000. We're going to do a little bit of reading together. So I am starting on page 40. Chapter 3. Just kidding, I don't know where the time went. It's almost 11 and I have not eaten breakfast yet. So we're gonna make some breakfast together. If you follow me on Instagram, you may know that I've been getting into sourdough the last month. I made my first sourdough loaf the other day and I'm going to make some avocado toast with an egg on top. So I am so freaking excited. I have to show you guys my loaf. I'm gonna take her out for you guys. I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but this is really freaking good for my first loaf. Look at her, you guys. She was so tall. Dalton said it was a little dense, and I agree. I think it's because dough was a little bit wet when I was having it bulk ferment and like while I was also doing like stretch and fold. I'm so proud of this. I love sourdough bread. It is our bread of choice in this household. So now that I know how to make it, I'm literally over the moon about it and it tastes so good. Let's make some breakfast. Avocado toast. Okay, I'm gonna go eat my breakfast and then I'll see you guys in a little bit to get some reading in. We have moved into my office. I went to go check the mail and it was so nice and warm out. It's like 40 degrees, but it feels way better than it did a couple days ago. The sun's actually out and I'm debating if I wanted to go on a walk and do my walk outside rather than on my walking pad today. We'll see. But I got a package from Simon & Schuster. Let's open this up and see what I got. Ooh, that cover looks cool. Such Sheltered Lives by Melissa Shemale. Very excited about this book. And I also have like a little bit of a different setup since I've last filmed a YouTube video, so I thought I could just like briefly show you guys the new setup. When you walk into my office, we have my 3 big Target bookshelves here. Oh, that's a reminder that I need to dust. I Ignore that. On these shelves I have some of my favorite like thriller and horror books. I have dark romance, and then down here are like hardcover thrillers, horror. This is where it gets a little crazy. I have just like some general fiction books, Frederick Bachman and Kristen Hanna and Emily Austen. And then I also have a little bit of a fantasy over here. One Dark Window, the special editions of One Dark Window that are stunning. My Peanut Jelly Cat. And The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. And then this is just probably just like general fiction, I think. My Sunny Angels, Where They Go to Die. And then here is kind of like my monthly TBR. These are just like books I really want to get to really soon. And then down here I just have fantasy. Up here is where like my romance section is. My favorites at the top, of course, Boys of Tillman, the Heartstopper series, and Abby Jimenez. Then we have Ellen Hildebrand and some like summary books. And then all of my crocheted book sleeves and Kindle sleeve that my bestie Rebecca made me. These are my favorites. More romance. These are some just like hardcover romance slash general fiction, special edition romance, some more fantasy. And then my other two bookshelves. Right here we have this first pile are books that I currently have on Pango. The stack next to it is actually Christmas books. And I've read a lot of these, so I was thinking about posting them on Pango, but we'll see. These shelves here are my thriller physical TBR. The day flew by. It is like 1:11. Dalton usually gets home around like 3. Trying to like finish all I want to do, especially because it's winter time, so the sun starts going down around like 4 something. The day's almost over. We're gonna read until 2 o'clock. I have a timer set for 2 o'clock. Something happened in the last chapter. Meredith and Nina, they're the sisters. This is in the present day now, so they are older. They're like in their 30s, 40s. They're both like living their own life, and then something happens, so they have to come back to their hometown, to their parents' home. They just have to come together in order to figure out what to do next because of this event that happened. Just really scared of what's to come. I'm really enjoying the story so far, and I really just want to know like what's gonna happen. When are the tears actually going to pour? Also to why the mom is the way that she is. Some sort of trauma that happened when she was younger, or like if that's just how her parents were raised and how they raised her. Let's keep reading and I'll keep you guys updated. This is Bear. He's 2 years old. He'll be turning 3 in May. And this is Matcha Girl. I usually call her Tiki. I don't know why. They're currently staring at my snack. Oh, Matcha is 3. She's turning 4 this year. Are you kidding? She's my best friend. Literally my soul. So, we are still on chapter 4. The star of the show. The book is so sad. There's just so many things that's happening, and like the relationships between each character, and Meredith and her husband are having issues, I guess. They're like not on the same page with things, and the way that they try to show up for each other, the other just doesn't understand. I really want a Cheeto. When I open this, Bear is gonna come running in. Oh, he doesn't care. I knew you'd come! I swear half of my Google searches are can dogs eat blank? Good morning guys, it's Thursday. I haven't filmed in a few days, mostly because I'm still trying to like balance everything and also not have to get ready every day. But I literally just rolled out of bed this morning. My mantra is to put on some cute earrings and to put eyebrow gel in my eyebrows and call it a day. I'm literally running out of dry shampoo, so if you can see the grease in my hair, don't. I woke up around 5:30 this morning and did my morning routine. Part of my morning routine is to feed Doe Mama here. This is Dough Mama. I want to start making a loaf today around its peak time. Peak time is probably gonna be around like 4 or 5 today if I feed it right now. Maybe around 4 I'll show you guys like the process of making a loaf. So this is sourdough discard. So I need to feed this in order to let yeast or whatever grow. So I just take my unbleached all-purpose flour and I will feed it 119 grams, and then we're going to do 119 grams of filtered room temperature water. And then I take this wooden dowel and mix it all up. You also want like a thick pancake batter consistency to where it's not like dripping off your utensil. So that is literally perfect. Then put a rubber band around where it is currently at because it's going to rise in 6 hours. I did my nails. Not focus. I did my nails. I got my yearly planner. I'm so annoyed with myself, you guys, because I bought a papier, whatever, planner in November, and it was going to be my planner for the year. But then I saw one that literally had like a breakdown for each day and like time slots and everything, and I absolutely strive with a layout like that. And I was like, you know, I'm just gonna buy another planner. So I have 2, but I think I'm just going to fully switch to this one so it doesn't get confusing. I feel so organized, and I also feel like there is not enough time in the day, which is very frustrating. But I think it's also like finding things that I need to prioritize for the day and not feel like I need to accomplish every little thing that's just on my mind. This has been very, very nice for me. As far as a reading update goes, I was reading Winter Garden with you guys earlier in the vlog, and I honestly have not had a lot of time to physically read my book. I am on page 72. I think when I last talked to you guys, I was on like page 42. Group chat is blowing up. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, okay, I did work yesterday and I was able to binge an audiobook, and that audiobook was I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. So sad to read about everything that she went through while a kid was watching iCarly, not knowing the dark truths about what she was going through during that time. What made me also want to pick up her memoir was her new book. I think it's Half His Age, I think that's what it's called, is coming out later this month, like on the 20th, I believe. And I'm so excited for that book. But yeah, other than that, I don't have too many crazy updates today for what I have planned. I plan to upload my YouTube video that will already be up by the time you guys watch this one. I did the YouTube video, and then today's my rest day, so I do not have to work out, which is so nice to think about. I've been pushing myself to get back to hitting 10K steps a day. Like I said earlier, I also plan to make a sourdough loaf today, and that doesn't really take too much of my time, but I definitely need to be awake for that to make sure that I am hitting the time frames that I need to check on my dough and everything. So that is another thing. Oh, get up here. Come on, get up here. Okay guys, it is 3 o'clock. So Mama has dough mama'd. Look at her. She's bubbly. And we're gonna bake with her. Today is just the making the dough and the stretchable process, and then tomorrow will actually be the day that we bake with it. It actually rose. I was so nervous because I really thought that I messed that loaf up. It got really sticky towards the end while I was like putting it onto the actual silicone bread mat or whatever, and I don't know, I felt like it was not doing what it did last time, so I was really nervous that it was going to turn out really flat, but it actually rose. But I put it back in the oven. It's going to cook for about 20 more minutes without the lid on. I'll show you guys how it looks after. We should get some reading in because I haven't read much, honestly. I'm on page 101. The book is still really good. I really like how we're both following Meredith and Nina in both of their lives, and how we're seeing how they're both grieving, and we're seeing how they're both handling the situation that happened. Mom is just still very cold, and she's saying these like things, out of pocket things, where her daughter Meredith thinks that her mom is starting to have like Alzheimer's. Yeah, she's just acting kind of out of character, and she's just really worried about her mom. Nina is just back to like her normal life and trying to do normal things. It just seems like they're really just fighting the whole thing and numbing the situation with everyday things to like just kind of distract themselves. And one thing that's really breaking my heart is the relationship between Meredith and her husband. Like, you're just reading their miscommunication, and you can just see their relationship start to fade away, and it's really, really sad, especially because like during this time they should come together. Yeah, let's get a little bit of reading in before I have to take my loaf out of the oven. This actually turned out way better than I thought it was going to. She's stunning. I killed that. Guys, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for making a matcha with me. It's been a minute since I've made one just because I've been trying to drink less matcha. Taste test? Oh, I forgot to put sweetener in it. Whatever. Would definitely be better with sweetener. I should go put sweetener in it. Okay, I added some sugar-free vanilla. Okay, it's been a few days since I have recorded, and I am still reading Winter Garden. Still reading, still enjoying. I've just been really slow because, I don't know. I think I'm just a slow reader overall, but I finally, oh, I needed that open. I finally got to page 224. I'm 54. No, I'm a little bit further actually. I got to page 253 and I'm 61% in, and I am so determined to finish this book today with you guys. I have been reading though. I did finish 2 or 3 audiobooks. I read The Names by Florence Knapp. That book was so fun, you guys. I love just like thinking about how my life could have been altered with just like one decision that I made. It essentially follows this mom who has to register her son's name, and there's basically 3 lives that you follow, but they're all the same life. And so the first like chapter is what she names her son, a name that her daughter wanted her to name the kid, and then it follows that path and just kind of shows you like what happens if she would have named her kid the name that her daughter wanted. And then the next chapter follows the same story, but she names the kid the name that she wanted to name the kid. And then the next chapter follows mom naming the kid the name she's supposed to give the kid, named after her husband. The whole premise is how my life could be different with just as simple as something as like a different name. Each like section goes 7 years into the present. I don't know if I explained that to the best of my ability, but it's really good. Okay. And then the next book I read was Best Offer Wins by Marissa Cashino. This one was really fun. I'm not gonna lie, it is a thriller. I didn't know that going into it, but it just kind of looked like a thriller cover, you know? It's a book about this lady and her husband, and they are looking for the perfect house. They have been putting offers in, and every single time it has gone through or someone has like outbid them or whatever, and they are wanting to get out of their current situation. They will literally do anything to get their dream house. The female main character is super crazy. When I tell you she'll literally do anything to get the house that she wants, I mean anything. And because she's so determined to like get this house she wants, she's willing to like explode other aspects of her life. It was just different from a lot of the thrillers that I have read recently, so it was really fun to read. All right, so yeah, super determined to finish Winter Garden today. Let me go ahead and do a little bit of reading, and then I'll give you guys a recap on what's going on. We're on my office library floor. I did switch over to the audio, which is actually free on Audible since the book's on KU. I just can't focus and like sit down and read right now. I have about a little under 2 hours left. Bear. The girls figured out that the fairy tales are actually like real life stories of the mom's life. She's talking about her life and what she went through in the war. It's giving off a little bit of like Nightingale vibes. You can already tell the relationship between the daughters and the mom already grew tremendously since the beginning of the book, which I love to see it. They do this one really cute thing at dinner where they tell 3 like facts about themselves that the other 2 don't know about, and I really love that. Aren't you just the sweetest boy in the world? Anyways, it touches on like what really matters in life, which is like family and your loved ones, and it just really puts everything into perspective because like your everyday life just gets in the way of like remembering what actually matters. It is already 10, so I had to take the dogs out. I also have not ate anything yet, so we're gonna go make breakfast. So yeah, come with me, let's do it. Have like an hour or less than an hour left of Winter Garden, so we're gonna lock in. Need to finish this before Dawn gets home, so let's get to reading. It is hours later. I wanted to film this clip talking about Winter Garden. I finished. I really did enjoy how everything kind of wrapped up. I think that the ending was very touching. I did enjoy how we got to see Meredith and Nina and the mom's relationship all come together. Their love grew for each other, and they were just like finally understanding each other and how they are, and the fairy tale explained a lot from the mom's past, and that was essentially like her mom's story. I really enjoyed the present story and how all seamlessly like flowed together. I was listening to the audiobook towards the end, so when I was just listening to it, like, it just blended so well that I couldn't really tell that we were like back in like the fairy tale story part. I will say it was my least favorite. It wasn't like personally emotional for me. It definitely was an emotional read, but I feel like the other Kristen Hanna books that I have read were way more emotionally tolling. And then it was just like a little bit slow. It actually took forever for the mom to come out with the story, like the whole entire fairy tale, instead of like cutting bits and pieces of it. I'm gonna be wrapping up this reading vlog. Thanks so much for watching and reading with me for the last week and a half. I will see you guys next time. Bye.